Hi everyone. Preview for the week. It's Tuesday, the 1st of July, so you could say we're pretty much halfway through the track season, although perhaps the main fixtures are still to come. I've got a few for this week. Excuse the bit of noise in the background. I've got a fan on because it's so flipping warm today, but as most of you know, but I'm not going to complain, just going to get on with it. So Tuesday this evening we've got a meeting at Tunbridge which I'll be filming, but that's pretty low key compared to some of the other events going on this week. Just going in chronological order, mainly UK based this week, although I finished with the Diamond League on Saturday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, that's the 2nd of July, we've got the Bracknell British Milers Club meeting. Some interesting entries in that. Got Joe Wigfield going in the 800, Gemma Finch as well in the women's race. 1500, Will Rabjohn, Zach Seddon, Richard Slade, the national cross-country champions among the entries. The women's race, some closely matched athletes due to be paced at 217 through 800. So what's that, 68 outside 415 pace. And similarly the 3000 for the women outside 74 or around 74 second pace, which is outside 9 minute pace, and the men's going at 65 seconds, which is clearly not going for a sub 8 there. So that's gives you a rough idea of what we've got. I intend to be there, so hopefully I'll film as many of the races as possible. I haven't got a live stream for Friday evening yet. That's the London 5000 at Parliament Hill. The elite race is looking very, very strong. You've got Zach Mohammed, Phil Sessamon, Cameron Allen, who's strong distance runner but also ran a Swift 1500 recently, and Jacob Can, who's having a really good track season, but plenty of others there that I haven't mentioned that should be able to run quick or could run quick. And on the women's side, amongst the entries are Philly Bowden, Eloise Walker, Phoebe Anderson, Georgie Griak, Abby Donnelly, India Weir, and again plenty of others. So top quality 5,000 metre meeting on at Parliament Hill on Friday evening. So details are on open track for that. So, and by the way, the British Milers Club Bracknell, the fields are on the British Milers Club website with the timings of the event there if anyone wants to pop down. Saturday is the next round of the National Athletics League, and as I said before, I think the National Athletics League's battling similar way as the regional championships and the county championships for athletes' attention and support. It's not quite what it has. We're, as Tunbridge, are in the championship and we'll be at Kingston, but the premiership meeting at Derby is being shown on Vinco and Runner Space, and again you can see the entries as they go in, or team declarations going on open track for that one, and that's on Saturday. But perhaps the biggest meeting in the athletics world this week is the Eugene Diamond League in Oregon, which is on Saturday. UK's 8 hours ahead, so it's on Saturday afternoon in the States, but quite decent timings as far as the UK is concerned, with most of the events between 9 o'clock in the evening and 11 o'clock on UK time. I'll just go through. Unfortunately, I can't see it on the main BBC channels. It could, well, I'm sure it's on the BBC iPlayer and the BBC website, but it's not on BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, Red Button channel, anything like that at the moment, not advertised. I'm waiting to see what will happen, but yeah, I'll be all right because it's on the, I think, on the Runners Space website, but and I'm sure it'll be on the iPlayer because they have said they will show all the Diamond Leagues on the BBC this week. So apologies, can't give you exact details, but I do know that most of it starts at 9 o'clock. I said I'll come on to an event that's on just before that. Of course, BBC, big focus on Wimbledon at the moment, so that takes a lot of the attention of the BBC, so hence why things are squeezed out perhaps from the main channels. I mentioned one event, it's on at I think 7:10 UK time. It's the men's 10,000 metres in Eugene, about lunchtime over there. It is absolutely stacked. I mean, most events are actually, to be fair, just about every event, and I'm only going to mention some of the names here. There's 9 athletes in that 10,000 who have run under 27 minutes for 10,000 metres. Gabriel Aragawi, Barrega, and then the likes of Conor Mance from the USA is in there. So yeah, that could be quite a cracker. I think it could well be a trial for the Ethiopians, for example, for the world champs, but don't quote me on that one. We just know there's some of the top guys in there. And then getting on to the main Diamond League events, 400 hurdles has Dos Santos and Rai Benjamin in there, so that should be good. Got the women's 5,000 with Tsegay and Chebet, done 14 minutes and 14:03. 400 metres flat has Brits Charlie Dobson and Matthew Hudson Smith. Women's 400 has Sydney McLaughlin making a almost a rare appearance at the 400 flat, but that should be interesting. Women's 1500, like the Olympic final, has Jess Hull, Georgia Hunter Bell, Faith Kipyegon all in that. Erin Wallace is also going from the UK. The women's steeplechase has 5 who have gone under 9 minutes in that, and the men's 200 has Kenny Bednarek, and it's also got the Olympic champion Tobago in there. Let's see later, Tobago. So yeah, that should be a cracker, as with all of them. And then the women's 400 unfortunately hasn't got Keely Hodgkinson, but it's got Athing Mu coming back to top class athletics, the previous Olympic champion. And then you've got Daguma, Mary Mora, Secondozio in there as well. So probably butchered her name there, to be honest, but that should be really good. The women's 100, Julian Alfred is in there. Dina Asher Smith, Sha'Carri Richardson, that should be interesting because she hasn't shown much form this year. But opposing that is Melissa Jefferson Wooden, who was winning, if you remember, the Grand Slam sprints. So her against Julian Alfred should be an enticing prospect. Then the men's mile will finish off at 2:50 Eugene time, which I think is 10:50 UK time, and it's a really stacked field. Neil Gurley and Jake Whiteman go from the UK. The States has Nagus, Hocker, Grant Fisher and Hobbs Kessler in there. Kenya has both Chariots, Cameron Mars and Ollie Hoare from Australia in there. And look, watch out for Mesalau from Botswana's in there as well, who's been running really well. So, and others. So that meeting looks like it could possibly top the Diamond Leagues that have gone so far, which have been extremely good. So yeah, I'm sure there's other meetings. Well, there are other meetings going on, especially around Europe. So look out for those as well. Keep an eye on Watch Athletics, which I've mentioned before, is a good way of spotting what's going on in terms of the meetings below the Diamond League level. And yeah, it looks like a good week of athletics ahead. Hope you have a good one.